Previously on LarryBoy Fanatic.
But believe it or not, this was a review that would change her life.
Come on, guys. Y'all don't want me to review Jonah. I mean, you don't know what that movie is like. No, it cannot be. The spotlight is meant for me.
Ah, there's one LarryBoy Fanatic hanging out with us. Question, why is she hanging out with us? Well, she said she wasn't comfortable reviewing Jonah. So she asked us if she could hang out with us for a while to take her mind off things. Why do I have the feeling that she's just traded a review opportunity for a different one? Ooh, that is one mystery. Okay, shut up with the counting, fancy fangs.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Hello, boys and girls.
Huh?
This is Alfred,
What?
Butler, the world-famous superhero.
Oops, sorry. I'm listening to this LarryBoy CD.
The LarryBoy CD? Wait. I don't remember Alfred commentating during that entire thing. I mean, what's going on?
Well, actually, there are two LarryBoy CDs, the old one and the new one.
Really? Let me see him. Wow, this is actually something. I gotta tell you, this definitely caught my attention when I first heard about an older version of the LarryBoy soundtrack. The major differences being that one of them came up soon after the Bad Apple episode hit the scene, meaning that the original one came out during the first time LarryBoy Mania swept the nation. If you're not on board, you're gonna miss the train. So, the original soundtrack has music from both the Fib and Rumorweed episodes, along with two remixes of the original LarryBoy theme song, while the new soundtrack has all that and music from the Bad Apple episode. So yes, Rock On LarryBoy is on the newer soundtrack. So how are these CDs similar to each other, aside from the namesake? Look at that face. That's the face of a true hero. I was fortunate enough to come across Soundtrack the sequel at a Walmart just months after getting my hands on the Bad Apple DVD. And this was back in 2006, I believe. Yeah, I remember being so excited at this stage of my life because I was already introduced to the best LarryBoy video in all of the LarryBoy multiverse. And now I had the soundtrack with a song like Rock On LarryBoy on the CD. Oh my god, that was so magical. And at that time, I had no clue that there was an original soundtrack with the LarryBoy name and concept. But then, as I delved deeper and deeper into the LarryBoy multiverse, went in head first into LarryBoy's world, I eventually learned that this original soundtrack really exists, and it was created just before LarryBoy and the Bad Apple hit the scene. I mean, I'm talking pre-Bad Apple era. So years later, back in the 2020s, I was able to find the original soundtrack on eBay, including this vintage t-shirt during the Rumorweed hype. It's a lovely t-shirt, by the way. And when I received the CD, I went ahead and played it on my CD player. I mean, I just couldn't wait. I needed to see, or in this case, listen to, the epicness of the original. Yep, you heard right. I have a CD player. Remember those? And boy, did this original soundtrack take me aback. In fact, ever wanted to listen to music, but then you're interrupted by someone as you're getting into the zone of some of your favorite scenes from the LarryBoy videos? You heard right. Alfred the butler will recite poetry every once in a while. But don't worry, the poems he spews out are supposedly relevant to the Fib and Rumorweed episodes.
Twisting facts and around truth bend, and rumors spread from end to end.
Though give credit that Alfred is the one who introduces you to this peculiar concept.
LarryBoy Musical Theater, the show where we can musically revisit all the exciting LarryBoy episodes of the past.
In the first track of the original soundtrack, appropriately named Cordial Greetings from Alfred, Alfred explains that the quote-unquote LarryBoy Musical Theater will play songs and instrumental scores from both the Fib and Rumorweed stories. And while that's gonna go on, he's also gonna recite poetry based on that music, so this is so that listeners can relive the magic of the videos. While it's comforting to hear Alfred entertain you every so often, him talking can sometimes take you out of the moment when you're trying to relive some of the scenes from the videos.
Soon as the evening shades prevail, the moon takes up the dreaded tale.
Take this moment from the track LarryBoy to the Rescue. This is where Alfred bursts out nonsensical poetry when they're playing music from the scene where LarryBoy is falling down the earth. Do you really want somebody screaming in your ear as you listen to the suspenseful music from one of the most suspenseful scenes in Rumorweed?
Fly like a youthful hawkaroo under the ground where rumors grow.
It's like, dude, shut up. You're killing the hype and suspense. In fact, no one, not even LarryBoy, wants to hear you say stupid poetry while they're falling to their deaths. Well, to be fair, LarryBoy survives, but still, god damn it, Alfred. Okay, let's move on, shall we? When you open the CD, you'll be greeted with LarryBoy's epic face. Open up the pamphlet, and you'll see the Fib and Rumorweed along with their case numbers. Okay, here's a fun fact. Did you know that the case numbers are actually the release dates of the videos? Yeah, just arrange them like this. The last 2 digits of the years, then the month, and then the day. So they're gonna read like this: April 1st, 1997, and July 24th of 1999. Oh, and don't forget the rhetorical question, or questions, basically asking you if whether or not LarryBoy will save the day in both stories. If you watch those videos, then you already know the answers to those questions. And then you get your lyrics and then the poetic garbage that Alfred screams in your head every so often. And then you have the characters, staff credits, and special thanks, and all that shebang bang. By the way, look at this collage. Isn't this so amazing? By the way, there's actually a LarryBoy costume with arms and legs. Imagine that. Okay, and then we have the CD that came out a few years later, following the release of the Bad Apple episode. To be fair, I was introduced to this one first, before the original. Now, in this new version, they cut out Alfred's commentary so that you can hear the instrumental music in peace. I mean, thank God.
Fly like a youthful hawkaroo under the ground.
Where they do leave in characters saying their lines from the movie, which is fine. I mean, can't argue with that. Well, at least you won't hear the Fib trying to recite Shakespeare. I mean, who would want that?
Sweet are the uses of adversity which, like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet a precious jewel in his head.
As I've said, the Bad Apple episode joins the group of LarryBoy videos that are featured on the disc. Open up the CD and you'll be greeted by the Rumorweed. Open it up some more, you see the Fib and Bad Apple, and then you find the lyrics to songs along with screenshots from each video, and then you know the drill, character voices, staff credits. Oh, that's shebang-a-bang, y'all. And now, the final verdict. Okie dokie. Both CDs are very fun to listen to. Both CDs capture the magic of what made the LarryBoy videos amazing. However, I gotta give them credit. They're great in their own unique way. The first soundtrack is unique for its willingness to enjoy the music with you. It's like you're sitting with Alfred as you review the episodes in your mind. In other words, the first soundtrack is more immersive than the second one. Now for the second CD, that one is unique because it contains music from LarryBoy and the Bad Apple, my all-time favorite LarryBoy episode. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate the Rock On LarryBoy song on a CD like this. My only gripe with the second one is why the Journey to a New World track, you know, the song that plays during the Bumblingburg Pilgrim scene in Bad Apple, is considered quote-unquote a bonus track. I mean, you would think that Rock On LarryBoy would earn that distinction, since it was a selling point on the DVD. Oh well, I'm not complaining. So I give both CDs a 10 out of 10. The way I see it, it's like the bonus star ceremony in Mario Party. You get a bonus star for certain accolades. The first soundtrack gets a star for immersion, and the second one gets a star for having a fan favorite on your CD. So basically, folks, it's a win-win. Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for showing me this, JB Plush. But, what do we do now? Well, I guess we're not getting a cliffhanger this time.
It's a storm like I've never seen before.
Next time on LarryBoy Fanatic.
Someone started this storm, so we're gonna play a race on Mario Kart 8.
I will give this wretched world the review it deserves.